1, 2, 3 portrait, 4 portrait, paint. 5, 6, 7 portrait, 8 portrait, paint. 9, 10, 11 portrait, 12 portrait, paint. We gonna paint around the painting yet. Da 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 dee da 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 dee da 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 dee da 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 dee da 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 dee. Da 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 dee da 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 dee 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 da 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 ni na 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 ma ni na 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 na. Yes. I'm so sorry for the singing. But to show in very short time a lot of portraits. A rhythm is great, or isn't it? And so one came to the next. And here I have to say sorry again. First, I missed the point on which I should have changed the battery of my camera, and so I missed a part of this portrait progress. Second, with changing the battery, my hand seemed to change the focus of the camera, and later on, my feet were running against the tripod. You see, while painting, my concentration is completely to the painting and the model. And Benny was my very last human model, the 70th. And so it was too late to try this with the next model again. I love to invite people from my surrounding to be models for me, to feel, to recognize their individual personalities in my studio, and to try to catch this. We are working together, one sitting and watching me and my doing, one standing and painting and watching the lines and colors and shades and construction of the face of a person. And during this, we are talking. My model should stay online with me and our collaboration. And so he or she cannot make journeys to other subjects in the head. And there are always really good and honest and sensitive and, let's say, great talkings. No small talk, but sometimes almost philosophy. Why do you paint around and not only in one direction? The first answer is very simple. As it's not my first painting in which I connect a lot of different people, but I'm always looking for new rules, new ideas how to fill the canvas this time. Not to repeat myself, but always to try something new, as I want to learn and not to produce paintings. And so this time it's like that. Whom you will paint inside the center of this painting? I was asked very often during working. Nobody. The center should stay empty, was my answer. Es dreht sich alles is the German title of the painting. It's all about would be one of the possible translations. But about what? It's not about you, it's not about me. It's about us, everybody, or it's about nobody or nothing. Both would be possible. And if I would paint somebody in this center, the painting suddenly would get a direction. In letting free the center with this method of filling a canvas, 4 directions of hanging, of presentation are possible. Yes, of course, this is not necessary, even wrong, but in this case it's working. And so suddenly the painting is like life. Sometimes we are up, everything is fine, time is good to us. But other times suddenly we are down and we don't know the reason very often. You see, the reason is somebody turned the painting of life, and so we have ups and downs. And why did you paint leaves? I want to have an empty center. This I knew already from the beginning. But after finishing the portraits, 70 portraits, I had no idea in the beginning how many will fit on this size of canvas. There were still empty spaces on other parts. As I did not make plans before, just had painted one after the other, here and there and here. And so, some spaces between portraits were too small to include one more portrait, but also too big to stay empty. So I came to the idea to fill them with the color is important, not too similar, but should fit with these different colors of skin. And something where there are also many different variations of the same, like with the faces. And this finishing of the painting was in springtime. So nature grew me a lot of models every day almost, or at least every week. Where is that show in which we see the painting in this video? This is at Museum Ort, where I have or had a solo show from May to November 2026. And during this, the painting will be turned 3 times to get shown all the directions, all of those directions of presentations. And the first we see here. Ja, schön sehen. Jetzt drehe ich es alleine um. Und jetzt hängen wir es wieder auf. And do you have already ideas for an upcoming large-size painting with humans? Yes, a kind of. The next will be about music. I would like to paint some persons who play an instrument during the portrait session and mix them together to a composition. I'm looking forward to live music. Yes, yes, yes.